What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Trey Bucci, half of the Talking Crazy podcast. We're back with another video. Sorry about not posting videos. It's been life, pretty much. Break it down. That's about it. But for now on. But before we get into it, make sure you like and subscribe. Show some love. Follow us on Instagram. Talking Crazy Podcast. So today our topic is top 20 NBA players of the 2020-2021 season. And of course, they've already played about 12 games, so this is already taking a look of the players this season, and then we're kind of going with the 20. So once again, this is not before the season, obviously. This is not technically the top 20. It's more on what they've done in the first 12 games, and we're kind of just reviewing that. We went with the traditional stats, and then we looked at the player impact, and that's the per, but it just adds the defense in as well. So at number 20, we have Jimmy Butler. Now I know a lot of people are saying, well, he hasn't played, blah blah blah, but the players that I had, I couldn't see myself taking them over Jimmy Butler. Right now, Jimmy's averaging almost 16, and then 5 and 5 rebounds and assists, and he has a pie of 15.6, which is above average, definitely, and it's right around that 20-25 players that's playing right now in that top. So he's pretty much where he's supposed to be. Obviously, the injuries, the COVID, contact tracing, we're doing a lot of that. So you're actually going to see a lot of teams go through what Miami is going through right now. Moving in at number 19, back from an injury. This is a big piece. Well, I think they're building around this kid. They just traded Victor Oladipo. So Sabonis, he made his first All-Star appearance this year, and I do expect Sabonis making the All-Star this year as well. He's averaging 22, almost 13 rebounds and 6 assists. So, and they're playing through him, so I don't really see that change. So Sabonis, we all know his father played for the Trailblazers, dominant team. Fortunately, you had teams like the Lakers and the Rockets, that Spurs, so they were short from going to the finals and winning the championship, but that team was very good, from Smith to Sabonis, Stoudemire, Bonzi Wells, Pippen. They had a squad, Jermaine O'Neal. So Sabonis, he has that old school, obviously, European game. I think he's going to be better than his father. Obviously, he's more of an all-around threat. So he's having a great season. So at 19, I have Sabonis. Moving on to 18, this guy, there's a lot of talk about saying he's underrated or overrated. You could put him in both categories, but he's going to be a big piece this year for the Milwaukee Bucks. With, we all know, Giannis, what he goes through in the playoffs, not being able to score, really. Jump shots, struggle at the free throw line. Everybody knows when the playoffs come, slows the game down. They start to clog that paint. The refs let them play a little bit, so you're not going to get those little fouls. So this guy, Chris Middleton, is going to be a big piece to the Bucks. He's averaging 22 right now, 6.5 rebounds, and almost 6 assists. And he's right there with the top of him, Jimmy Butler, with the PIE, player impact estimate, at 16.1. I don't see his scoring going down. If anything, I do see his points going up. Maybe the other things, rebounds and assists, because you might see Giannis do more of the facilitating, and then they just added Drew Holiday. So you might see those stats go down, but points, if anything, would definitely go up. Moving on, 17, we have the struggling Washington Wizards. We have Bradley Beal, man. He is averaging almost 35, 5 and 5. Once again, he's still in that same PIA of Middleton, Sabonis, and Jimmy right there. So he belongs. Obviously, last year he was snubbed of the All Star and making a All Team. I think this year it's gonna be the same thing. Honestly, you have KD eligible to make the All Star. I know he's a forward, but the All Star game right now is just guards and forwards. Then you got Harden going over. There's gonna be a lot of tough guards. Trae Young is in the East. And I see him fighting. I see somebody like Jaylen Brown. Obviously, Tatum's gonna make it, but I see Jaylen Brown possibly fighting for a All-Star position, maybe one of those last spots. But Bradley Beal, true scorer. He's one of top trade assets right now. A lot of people want him, and at this point, the Wizards making that move for Westbrook. I know there wasn't much out there because of John Wall's contract, so you weren't gonna get much. But it's the same thing. We all Westbrook is a great player, but not efficient, ball dominant. So I think it's gonna be that same situation. Right now they're a bottom team. I think if not the worst team right now. So that definitely has to change. Moving on to 16. His co-partner in crime, Jimmy Butler, was already on this list, and no, it's not Tyler Hero. It is Bam Adebayo, averaging almost 19, 9 boards, and 5 assists. I know his numbers points-wise are down. He is averaging good boards, and for a big, there's a lot of good passers, big passers you're seeing as Jokic. Obviously, Jokic is on this list. We'll get to him later, but Bam is a great triple-double playmaker, play through him, energy guy, great piece. And the reason why he's up is because of his PIE, and that, once again, that takes in factor of the defense as well. So his is up there. 17.5, which is very good. Actually, I believe it's just 1 point off of our 1 and 2 players. That you're wondering, well, how is he all the way at the bottom? I'm not taking it. In fact, I'm not taking just the PIE, the eye test, wins, all that is accountable too. So yeah, 16 we have Bam. Now moving on to 15, we have playoff P. Now playing Paul George. Paul George for the Clippers started. He's kind of cooling off, but I think after last year's playoffs and people talking about him, calling him playoff P, he started off real hot, and MVP conversations. Like I said, it's kind of cooled down, but I think Paul George is going to improve. I really do think he's going to improve in the playoffs this year. It's not like he hasn't had good games in the playoffs. It's just kind of when it counts. Matters, I guess. But yeah, we all know he's a great player. One of the smoothest players in the NBA. And like I said, I do think he's going to improve for the playoffs last year. Averaging 25.3, 6.1 rebounds, and just about 5 assists. So, great player. Can't really get mad at him. The only thing, once again, is playoffs with Paul George. And we're not right there yet, so, hey, maybe we can move up a little bit. Now, next, we have Karl Anthony Towns. Now, I know with COVID, I haven't, and obviously, you don't really see Minnesota games, but he's balling, man. He's averaging 22, 12.5, 4.3, and his uh, PIE is 18.3, which is just point 0.2 below our 1 and 2. And obviously, it takes in factor that he hasn't played all season. He's been out, and prayers to his family as well. I believe that's the reason why he was out. All right, moving on to 13. Now, I will agree, this guy, I see a lot of people moving him up just because of the performance in the playoffs, and I see a lot of people moving him down because he's not playing like he was playing in the playoffs, right? So we got to remember that year's over with, and we're kind of looking at it now, and his numbers are still great. It's not like he's really falling off. It's 20, yeah. You average almost 28 points, 4.8 boards, and 7 assists. But like I said, I think he balled out last year so much, and he's kind of that underdog for MVP this year, and that's Dame Lillard. 13. And I think his player impact. Now I'm not sure if wins are in that, because if wins are in player impact estimate, I don't think they are. Obviously, they're not. I mean, they're 8-5 right now, so that's good. They're sitting at 5. But another big thing would be defense, and we all know he's not the greatest defender. So I think that's what really hit his player impact estimate. All right, moving on, we had the one and only Zoom Player of the Year, Kyrie Irving at 12. That boy is, hey, I can't really get mad at him. Honestly, you don't really know what it is. You just pray and hope that he's all right. But when he gets back, they just traded for Harden. That's about to be a problem. Harden triple-double, assisted, I think it was like 62 points or something like that, 63 points. And then you had KD going off for 42 first game. And it looked like they played. I mean, players like that, chemistry is just, they play so much ball in the offseason, friends or whatever, they click. I feel like Harden and Durant played more than maybe Chris Paul did, and I can tell you Dwight and Harden never played off season. And Russell Westbrook and Jim Sutton, they probably played together, but I feel like the chemistry of Harden and Durant is a little easier than obviously all three of them, but I think they'll figure it out and make their way to the definitely Eastern Conference, but I think they can make the finals for sure. So yeah, we got Kyrie, man. Now moving on at 11, just missing the top 10. And every year this guy's gonna increase. He's gonna be mentioned for MVPs down the line for sure. They're in a position with a young team to win championships, and that's Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is balling 26.9, 7.1 boards, 3.8 assists. I want to see him get at least 5 assists. If he can keep his boards up, get 5 assists, that's a problem. His scoring is going to increase. It's going to continue to increase next probably 6 years, to be honest. He's going to get that 30 at some point, for sure. All right, moving on. Making the top 10. Coming in at number 10 is James Harden, the guy we just talked about. Just got traded from the Nets. We all saw the drama, interviews, and blah, blah, blah. I'm glad that's done. He's with a better team. Houston's good right now. Victor Oladipo, I don't think he played in the first game. But once he comes back, I feel like that team can make noise, be an underdog, maybe win a first round round of the playoffs if they get in. So we talked about Harden. We'll move on. Number 9, we got the quiet Kawhi. It's a player that we're not really gonna hear all. He's a quiet player until the playoffs. He's still averaging 25, 5 boards and 6 assists. He's been playing. I think he played his first back-to-back in I don't know what I forgot what it is, but it was something crazy. So he's gonna be playing more, but once again, he's that silent dude. He's not really into the media, so we're not gonna be hearing him until the end of the year, once playoffs come, and then he moves up to being the top. You know what Skip does, being the best player. No, he is not. He is not. Next, moving in, I think they had him number 2 this year. Beginning of the season, yes, I could have saw him at being the number 2 best player in the NBA, but right now the way he's playing, a slow start, and that is Anthony Davis, averaging 21, 8.3 rebounds, and just 3 assists. I would like to see that assist go up. I know they have some facilitators, but he draws a lot of attention, so I feel like he can get his assist up a little bit. So AD at 8, number 7 for the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis, he's gonna give you those numbers right now: 20, almost 27, 10 boards, 5.2 assists. His PIE is down a little bit. That could be free throws, jump shot, shooting low percentage. He's gonna be in the MVP for the next conversation for a while. It died for the first time. LeBron was like out of the top 5, I think. First time he wasn't at least top 3, top 2. That was shocking. But Giannis off to a great season, man. They are number 1 in the East at 9-4. They added Drew Holiday, Portis. I think they're gonna do a good job. I see them maybe in the Eastern Conference against the Nets. Don't know if they have the firepower in the offense because Giannis is so limited, but we'll see. Moving in to number 6, just out the top 5, and again, this is this year. Joel Embiid, balling. They're right there, 9-5. It's crazy because he's averaging 25, 11.5, and 3 assists. It's crazy to me that they're doing so good, and they did get a lot of additions with Danny Green, Dwight Howard, Curry. So they did get a lot of additions, and then obviously the coach, Doc Rivers. But Ben Simmons is only averaging about 13 points. Now obviously he didn't make our top 20. Still doing that, maybe he turned him into just that assist guy, and they have scorers with Tobias, Seth, Danny Green, and stuff like that. So and Shea Milton off the bench, Maxey. So maybe they don't need to rely on Simmons to score, but we'll see. All right, moving into the top five so far this year, into just about 12 games. Man, number 5, we have Curry, 28.4, 5.6, 6.2. And I honestly see all those stats going up. Maybe rebounds stay the same. It's 5.6. He's always been a great rebounder. But I do see his points and assists gonna be up once he starts warming up and getting loose. They're gonna be fighting for an 8th seed this year, I do believe. Right now, they are just out. They're tied right now. We got 6-6, Thunder 6-6, Grizzlies, Warriors, Nuggets, Mavericks. So I don't see Thunder, Grizzlies. They're out of the question. Denver, Jokic is just holding them. Dallas is, I think they might make a trade. Dallas for Zach LaVine. The way they're playing, they can't play like that. So I see them making a move. But yeah, Curry is balling out, man. Curry is balling out. But speaking on Dallas and them making a move, we're gonna jump into number 4, and that's Luka Doncic. Luka's averaging 27.5, almost 10 boards and 8.8. So he's flirting with a triple double right Almost. I think they're a piece away. They're 6-6 right now, and I don't see them. I don't really see them. See him getting MVP if they're gonna continue to play like this and be a border seventh, eighth, maybe sixth seed. He has to play very well to be in the MVP conversation. And that's the same with the next person we'll talk about. But hopefully, if they make that trade for Zach LaVine, package Hardaway, maybe some picks, then you get LaVine, Doncic, and Porzingis. That'd be nice. Keep Finney Smith, man. Good defender, but might have to deal him. But I would do it for LaVine, that's for sure. So moving on to the next third person that's in the same situation, Luka. He is averaging a triple double, and that's Jokic, 24.2 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists, 10.5 assists. He's in the same position there, 6-6, same record as Dallas. Murray's not playing the greatest. Maybe they make a move for Zach LaVine. That's somebody I can see them getting, or Bradley Beal, maybe. And that's gonna be our next video. We're gonna talk about a few trades that I see possibly working out for some of these playoff teams and championship teams that want to make a move after obviously we just saw a blockbuster trade with James Harden going to the Nets. And that moves on. Another nice little transition to our second player, and that is from the Brooklyn Nets, KD, man. KD is averaging 30, almost 31, 6.9 rebounds, 5.7 assists. I see the assists going up. The point might drop a little bit. Obviously, he has Harden, and then once Kyrie comes back, I honestly see them almost averaging like 1 point difference. So the Durant might average 29, Harden 28, and Kyrie, maybe like 25. That's gonna be deadly. I'm not, as a Laker fan, I am nervous, but our chemistry, defense, I think they could beat the Nets in 6. And move on to number 1. No other than the king himself, LeBron, GOAT James. Right now, points a little low. Actually, right around about average. I think the points are gonna go up a little bit. He's playing. You say he's not tired. He's not trying to go out. He sit games. He played every game so far. So averaging 24, 8.1 rebounds, and then 7.7 assists. I do see him making a double-double this year, averaging double-double with that 10 assists, and then rebounds going to be right about 9. So he's going to be like 1 rebound short, 1 point rebound short of triple-double this year. But yeah, man, that's all we got for today. Make sure you tune in to our next video. Like I said, we're going to be talking about a few trades before the deadline. So that's going to be a great video. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe, show some love, and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Go and get Talkn Crazy.